CBS Miami affiliate WFOR is being told by the Margate Fire Department that at least 20 people have been injured after this shooting in Parkland, Florida, at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. This is in Broward County. It's about an hour north of Miami. We are getting reports that students in some cases are huddled inside classrooms or inside closets. Want to keep in mind that as we watch developing and breaking situations like this, some of the initial reports we do get from the scene can be inaccurate, so we are trying to gather whatever we can at this moment. Let's dip in right now and listen just for a moment to our coverage from WFOR.
Take into consideration the magnitude of this story. This is a very active scene, very uncertain, and we feel it's our responsibility to bring this late-breaking information to the parents out there, to the community, to see what is going on at this school. This is an active scene. The police are out there. They're telling us that there still is an active shooter that has not been arrested by police. But again, very comforting to see these students being brought out of the school right now. Rick, you have been in contact with at least one student inside a closet giving you information and saying that they're worried, it's hot in there, they're there with students and teachers and they don't know what to do. You know, what I'm hoping is that that student is one of these kids that we're looking at right now.
Oh, I hope so too. I hope so too. She says that they were doing a rehearsal for some kind of a drama project when there was a fire drill, and that led all of the students, of course, to walk outside when you have a fire drill at school. But once they were outside, she said that's when they heard a sudden and really loud noise, and they all ran inside. And one of the teachers, she's telling me the drama teacher, was the one who told them all to get inside of the closet that they had been hiding in. She says that she heard what sounded like 3 shots followed by more. She doesn't tell me how many more shots she heard after that, but at least 3, followed by another round after that. It sounded like gunshots. She said it's very hot inside the closet. There are students who are crying. They don't know when they'll be able to leave. So, of course, they're all very, very nervous. And they are asking, she's asking me for information about the shooter. And, of course, I'm telling her to stay where she is until they come and get her, but that we're seeing students be led outside of the building, out of the building to safety, and that hopefully they're coming to get her soon.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important information that we could give that young woman, is that for her to stay inside where she is and not to make a run for it. That the police are out there. There's a heavy presence of very heavily armed police officers, SWAT teams, and they are going in to bringing people out. Many students coming out of the school right now, and this is a comforting sight to see these students walking out uninjured. Now, we have seen some come out in stretchers. We have seen at least 2, and I can tell you that in one of the cases, it was a young man, a young student who was talking on a cell phone. So the injuries did not appear that serious. Right now, CBS 4's Carey Codd is on the ground, and Carey, we heard from BSO that they would have somebody on the scene at about 3:15. Have you been able to speak with anybody from the Broward Sheriff's Office?
Briefly, Elliot, but not here on the scene. As you can imagine, it is quite chaotic. In fact, just the road into the school here is completely blocked with cars, as you can imagine. As concerned parents arrive here, students are leaving, parents are coming. An enormous amount of law enforcement from all over the county arriving here on scene. We were actually down in the Davie area working on another story, and we saw at least a dozen BSO vehicles making their way here to the school. So just an incredibly chaotic scene. We have not been able to talk to the Broward Sheriff's Office. I can tell you that this is one of those calls that you get to come to something like this, to just absolutely sends chills up and down your spine. It's terrifying, it's heartbreaking, and as you interact with these parents and the students who are living this, who are going through this, it's hard to put into words how difficult this is. In fact, you can see as we're here, a number of Broward Sheriff's Office deputies running, as you can see, running towards this particular situation, showing their courage and bravery dealing with what is unfolding at this school right now. I've spoken to a couple of parents, one who told me that she heard from her daughter that she was inside a classroom where there were shots fired. She said, fortunately, her daughter is okay. Her daughter was able to hide, to block herself. not able to get a look at who was doing the shooting. Spoke to a couple of students who said they just heard what sounded like a fire drill going off. They heard folks from the school screaming to evacuate the campus, to get out of the school. They were taking all possible precautions. Folks who are just very, very concerned and worried about their friends, their children, obviously. It's hard, like I said, it's hard to put into words what the feeling is like here right now. You can only imagine for a parent or a guardian or a loved one of a child to arrive here on this campus and not know exactly what is going on with their son or daughter or their loved one. We're trying to get as many answers as we can. We are obviously watching as the authorities continue to arrive here on the campus and try to deal with this. As you guys mentioned, we're hearing reports that this is being classified as a mass casualty incident. We don't want to speculate on exactly what that entails or what that could potentially mean, but we are hopeful to get some sort of update from investigators. I did reach out to the Broward School District about 15 minutes ago to see what they could tell us. They said at this point they're referring everything to the Broward Sheriff's Office. This is Broward Sheriff's Office jurisdiction, of course. So trying to speak with one voice and make sure that the information that is coming out on this tragedy is accurate and coming from one place. So a lot of unanswered questions. I wish I had more information to give to folks at home, but we're going to try to get that information as best we can and to make sure that it's as accurate as it possibly can be. And right here you can see the Broward Sheriff's Office SWAT vehicle arriving here on scene, coming certainly with some speed and alacrity as they respond to this situation that they train for. They make sure that they are ready for. Of course, they never want to have to use these techniques and this training that they have undergone. I mean, we've seen this, from time to time before through different situations throughout our community. And unfortunately now they're having to put this training into use. And it's just hard to put into words at this point.